All right, there we go. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I appreciate it. My name is Pat Hintz, and I am going to walk through with you our compensation presentation and give you an overview of what Amare Global's reward structure is all about, and hopefully this will help you understand it. It's a great way to go through it again and again and again, and just learn what it is you need to and understand what the next steps are and the rewards that are associated. So let me see if I can go through this with you in a decent way. I think there's a couple things that make a great compensation plan by way of introduction here. I think you need to focus on customer gathering. We've got just an embarrassment of riches, we call it, with regards to the products and science that we have to bring to the marketplace. There's a huge need, demand for what it is we offer. So that one's easy. I think you need to provide direction and focus for people as they get started in the business. I think you have to be fair and balanced, as well as never, ever penalize success. There is no element of breakaway here in any way, shape, or form, and you just, in my opinion, again, can't have that. The reward needs to be associated with progress, leadership, and teamwork. If you can do that, then you've got the makings of a great reward structure, providing that you can give some things early in the development of somebody new coming in, and give those people that want to build something really massive and big the opportunity to do something that is, career altering, if you will. And I think we've hit every one of these. I'm going to try to go through and tell you why as we walk through today. So there is 5 components that I'm going to share with you today, and that is the bonus structure that makes up the compensation plan of Amare Global. So hopefully I'll be able to hit each one of those and give you some information on each one that will be able to help you, okay? Now, before I get going in that, I wanted to let you know that, there they are again, okay. Everything that I'm about to talk to is in a compensation booklet, okay? It's already involved here. You can go and look at it. It's in your box as a wellness partner. It's all in there. You can go ahead and take a look. So all of these things combined, whether it's printed material or video information, is all accessible and something that you should refer to and review as you see fit. Some people will need more than others, which is just great. So let me see if I can get you started here. The entry points of Amare are very simple. You can become a customer or you can become a wellness partner. Customers just want to be well and use the products, and that's awesome. And we give them a wholesale price break for that. And then partners are probably people like you and I who want to make a difference, introducing these products to other people in the world and earn an income from that. Let me share with you what a preferred customer actually gets from Amare Global, and it's really an exciting element for us to be able to take to the marketplace. Every customer pays $24.95 as an enrollment fee. That's once a year, and they get the ability to purchase product at a wholesale. So instead of retail, they save and buy at wholesale pricing. They'll probably save more money in that first order than they pay for their membership fee or preferred customer fee each year. But just in case they don't, we provide them with a free product up to a $60 value that they can add to their subscribe and save orders. So we don't really want to have any barriers for our customers to come in. And so it's a better deal for them to come in as a customer than if, in fact, they wouldn't. They also have the ability to refer a friend to receive more free products from us if, in fact, they so desire, right? Some of our customers just want to do that, share with other people, and as someone else acts on a trusted friend's recommendation, we provide not only the new person coming in a free product, but the person who referred them. Obviously, as a wellness partner or a distributor of Amare, if one of your customers refers a bunch of different customers, you should really get to them and say, hey, you should be a wellness partner with us because you're doing exactly what we're supposed to do, and you might as well get paid from it as opposed to just getting free products from it. But again, that's entirely up to them, okay? The way that we go and deal with wellness partners, this is an entry point where people want to earn an income, okay? And I'm guessing that if you're watching this, this is you and I, okay? You can become a wellness partner, once a year fee for $69.95. That's your enrollment fee, and then it's renewed every year. You get to buy products at wholesale, but you also get a commission for selling Amare products to others. Now listen, the question becomes, what do you get for $69.95? Well, you get a kit of material, all the stuff you need to build your business with and things. You also get all the technology that we've provided for everybody. You get your own app that you can download from the App Store, put it on your phone. It's an incredible business building tool. We don't charge you for that. We don't charge you for your replicated website where you can send people to a website where they can order products. And every time they order products, you get paid. All of that. Most companies go out and charge an additional, they have a fee, and then they charge an additional, $14.95, $19.95, sometimes even $24, $29.95 for all the extra things every month. And it ends up costing hundreds of dollars to become a distributor of a company. We don't do that. We just say, listen, all this stuff is free. And it's included in your $69 enrollment fee. All right. We even waive that fee by providing a launch pack that if you come in and purchase products, we took a bunch of products that we have, put it in a launch pack, and said, if you buy these, we'll send in the $69.95 for free, and come on in and utilize all the products, become a product of the product. And it is by far people that want to go out and build a business. The most successful people in our business, actually in our industry, start with a bigger size launch pack. We do it for $699.95. I think you can save a couple $100 by getting a bit of all the products of Amare Global that you see on the screen there. And then we provide all of our products with a $4.99 flat rate shipping on all orders of any size, including your first one, which is something that all of us celebrate quite a bit. We have a building block offer then, our flagship product, which is our fundamentals pack that comes with the gut brain axis product that you probably already heard about. And you get a free reboot with that first order, $134.95 with $4.99 flat rate shipping anywhere in the 50 states in the United States. So that's how we're doing it. That's the setup of it. And I think there are a couple of other housekeeping notes, yes, and definitions that I want to share with you before I get into the nuts and bolts of how the money flows here and see if we can do this. So here you are, and each of the customers and partners that you enroll in Amare are on your first level. That may be different for some of you because some of you might be used to a zero-level customer. But actually, every person that you enroll, customer or partner, is on your first level. Just from a terminology standpoint, we have a 7-level compensation structure here. That is, if you sponsor me, I'm your first level. But if I turn around and talk to my sister and I sponsor my sister, that would be your second level, right? And then she sponsors someone, that would be your third, and she sponsors someone, that would be your fourth, and so forth. That's 7 levels. That's some terminology that I think will probably help at least some of the newer people, right, as we go. There's a couple of other things that will help too. Personal volume is your personal purchases of products. Each product comes with a point value, so it has a price or cost, and then associated points with that cost. And so as we pay out commissions, we pay it off of the point value. So the fundamentals pack is $134.95. You'll see a 108 PV, and that PV, personal volume or point value, is in fact what we pay off of, and these commissions that I'm going to talk to you about today are based off of that volume amount. Okay, so personal volume is your purchases and that of your personally enrolled customers. Sort of important to understand that. You actually never have to buy anything. We certainly know that many people will want to because of the quality of the products that we have. But all you have to do is you can either buy it yourself or go sell it to somebody else, obviously. And that volume amount counts the same in all qualifications and in payment. So as we go along, we put in the place the personal team volume, which includes your purchases, your customers' purchases, and your personally enrolled partners. And so that makes up your team volume. Listen, there is no specific commission paid based on team volume. This is a qualifier. In our early scenarios that I will cover with you in just a second, we ask you to have a personal team volume of 600 points, which basically gives you the chance to be able to have a little bit more than just the very minimum. And it is one of the triggering or qualifying mechanisms that we use in the payment structure that I'm going to share with you. So just keep that in mind as you go and keep your goal at 600 for qualifications. Then your organizational volume is basically from you all the way down, all the way unlimited depth, forever and ever, organizational volume. That's your number. And you'll want to know that because that determines how many people you've made a difference with. And we also promote you up the ladder and rank succession there based on organizational volume and a bit of structure. That structure comes in the form of legs. All right. Now, legs are the number of personally enrolled wellness partners that you have. So if you've enrolled 6 people, then you have 6 legs. And if you've sponsored and enrolled, 30 people, then you have 30 legs. Got it? Pretty simplistic. Now, understand that for some new people, as we go through, and this may be the very first time, just hit the replay button. Just go back through the last 3 or 4 minutes that we've spent, and you'll get the hang of it, right? And that's how you want to go and learn. Repetition is the mother of all skill, and especially in dealing with compensation structures. So I think I covered that the way that I wanted to. Yeah, let's do this. Let me cover the first bonus that we talk about, the me and 3. Now, understand something. We're going to start here because I believe that this is the most important bonus structure that we have because it's the most fundamental, it's foundational, and it is the building block of everything else that the compensation plan rewards. So if you know this, you understand this, what I'm about to go through with you, and then you do it, you teach it, and you cascade it down your organization, you can do massive things. Everything else will fall into place. All the other commissioning structures sort of will fit in like a piece of the puzzle if you just teach the me and 3 right off the bat. Okay, so let me see if I can explain it to you that will help you understand it just a little bit more. So the me and 3, very simplistic. Okay, don't get too hung up. It's really easy, or simple at least, to understand. When you have 3 personal customers or partners who have at least 100 PV subscribe and save order, more than likely it will be the fundamentals pack we talked about, but it doesn't have to be, okay? And you have at least 600 in personal team volume, then you will receive a bonus check of $135 every single month. Think about that. 3 people, right, with at least 100 PV subscribe and save order, and you have 600 in team volume, okay, then you get $135. And that is on top of the bonus amounts that I'm going to share with you in just a minute that you can earn from the volume that is created by all those customers. This is an added bonus to that. Now, this is really cool because that pays for the fundamentals pack that people purchase oftentimes when they come in as our flagship product. And so this answers the question, hey, how do I get my products paid for free? Well, go find 3 people who want to go and enjoy the benefits of Amare Global's products as well. So it doesn't stop there, okay? Oh, and there's another thing here that I just put on the screen. These can be the same 3 people. This is the exciting part. It can be the same or different customers or partners to qualify for this bonus each month. So if one falls off, you can replace them. If you maintain the same 3, then it maintains the same payment every month. We encourage you, don't stay with the minimum in case you lose 1 or 2, have 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, whatever it takes to go and have more available, and that's what you're going to want to do anyway. But that's pretty cool. And then it doesn't stop there because as you go and teach that then, so if you do it, and remember I said do it and then teach it, if you'll teach it to 3 other people, 3 wellness partners that you've enrolled, Amare is going to send you an additional $250 each month. So that's a total of $385 every month. Right? Plus, not only do you get the percentages there on your first personally enrolled people, but we actually pay you an additional 10%, up to 10% on those people that they enroll. And so it's really cool, very simplistic. Let me share it with you one more way so that we can build it again together because I think it's that important. This is the only one I go over twice. Okay, so here you are. And the one thing we want to do is get a goal in front of us to say sponsor 3 customers or partners and put this in front of others. Let's teach this as well. And then you will earn $135 each month that you have that happen, okay? As long as you have your 600 personal team volume points. And you get your up to 20% on the personal customers that you enroll and partners as well, right? So as we go and do this, then we want to teach it. So let's have that partner go and earn $135 and your second partner. Oh, by the way, you also remember this is creating your second level. So you get 10% on all the volume that's created here too. So it's not just the, not just the bonus, but it's also the volume amount, depending on how, as these people come in, okay? And so let's teach another person, and then let's teach another person. So if you can go and get 3, right, partners to earn their own 135, Amare sends you an additional 250. So it's 135 plus 250, there's $385. This right here creates an approximate income of about $500 a month. And this is critical because this is the sticky part. Like if you could create a revenue stream of $500 every month, $300 to $500 every month, people don't go anywhere. They really get excited about it and they want to know how to make 1,000 or 2,000 or 5,000 or 10,000, whatever it is. But it all starts somewhere. And this isn't too big for people. This isn't too, oh, that's crazy. You know, nobody makes that kind of money, whatever. This is really something that's doable. But it's also doable for every single person who comes in, because there's a whole mass of people out there who have a desire to, you know, address the mental wellness issues that in fact they're having each and every day, and we do it with this. So here's the thing. If we could do this and then focus on it, we call it the Me in 3 Success Unit. If you would just build this and teach this throughout your organization and cascade it down, everything else falls into place. That's why I say this is so critically important. Get this one done, gang. Get this one done. This one's going to be important for you to do and then to teach throughout your entire organization. We will see the largest organizations coming from this endeavor. And I always talk to people about the idea that says, listen, if you find one person who really wants to go do this and you help them teach that, and then they just teach it and teach it and teach it, you can build a massive organization. I've seen it happen. I've seen it all start from one. And this is the area that we wanted to pour our efforts into and energies into, because I think I did. Yeah, let me share this with you. And this is for example purposes only. But the idea is for you, if you would go out and share this idea and engage the people that you bring in as partners to do the same, and they did the same, and they did the same. And if everybody just did this, and I recognize fully that not everybody's going to do this. There'll be some who do nothing. There'll be some who do a lot more. But if you go down and you work the first level of 3, who each get 3, that's 9, and then 27, and 81, and 243, you start to look at the organizational volume that's created and then the commissions that you can create. You look at that cascade effect, and again, it never, ever grows perfectly. And because you're already in, this is for training purposes only. We can't use this to entice people to come in or anything. We just don't do it that way. But this is the structure that gives you the understanding of being able to tap leverage, maybe for the first time ever, where you get a chance to get paid by helping other people become successful, and quite handsomely, as you look at that. And that's just doing and teaching the Me in 3 throughout 7 levels of an organization. I'll show you in just a little bit how dynamically expansive we can make this if we can engage and teach people how to create volume of customers in their organizations greater than just the minimums. It's astounding. Anyway, that is the Me in 3 bonus, and I've taken enough time on that. This is paid monthly, the 15th of the month, for the previous month's volumes, okay? And that is how that works on the subscribe and save basis. We do have things that pay out weekly. Talk to you about those in just a minute, but that is the Me in 3 bonus. So let's keep moving. All right, the next section we're gonna go through is our Heart Start bonus. This is oftentimes referred to as Fast Start. This is how we get money in the hands of people real quick. This is a weekly bonus that can be paid out each week. So let me show you how this works. Our Heart Start bonus is 20%. And it is paid on all products that you sell to new customers and partners that join your organization. So if you sign me up as a customer or a partner, whatever I buy within my first 60 days, right, the company is going to send you 20% of that volume that I have purchased, all right, on any orders within the first 60 days. Now, as that first level of people, let's say me, I go out and talk to my sister, that creates your second level. Well, listen, you get 10% on anything my sister buys, but I'm not going to just talk to my sister. I'm going to go talk to my friends and my neighbors and my relatives. I'm going to go sponsor a whole bunch of people, and all the people that I sponsor, you get 10% of their orders that they place within their first 60 days, not your first 60 days, their first 60 days. So even a year from now, this can happen for you. All right. So here's the deal. Then as they go and they share with other people, right, that becomes your third level. And in our Heart Start bonuses, you get 5% of everything that happens on your third level of the orders that are placed within their first 60 days of getting started, right? Pretty simplistic if you think about it. One of the ways that I like to try to explain it too is that, let's say that you talk to me and I get started with a launch pack, and I do the $699 thing, and I send it into the company, and I get all my stuff, and I'm ready to go, and I'm excited. You get $100 every time you do that. Every time you sponsor somebody with a launch pack, you get $100. Now, when I turn around, right, and I talk to the people that I know, and my sister wants to come in with a wellness pack, okay, I'm sorry, a launch pack, then what happens is that you would receive $50 from that. Now, I'm going to go sponsor a whole bunch more. So every time I sponsor somebody with a launch pack, then you get an additional $50. And as they cascade and share with other people, you get 25. Okay, pretty cool stuff. That's how Heart Start bonuses work. I'm going to share with you the idea that that is within the first 60 days. And before I go leave you with a question mark, the one thing that everybody asks me all the time is, well, what happens after 60 days? Well, after 60 days, remember that 7-level thing I talked to you about? It goes into a 7-level compensation structure. So now you get a 5% cascading effect on all of the 7 levels. And if you can take a look at the math here, we pay the same amount, whether it's 35% in Heart Start or 35% in UNILEVEL. It really just gives it differently to the people that are out there actively doing the business, which is what we all want. We want to encourage people to go out and bring in new customers and new partners, because that's the lifeblood of our business. And that's how that works. More on that in just a second with the UNILEVEL structure. So that concludes our Heart Start bonus, and it's paid weekly. So here's how we work it. Anything that's sold between a Sunday night and a Sunday night is paid out on Friday that week, right? So we go Sunday all the way to Sunday, midnight, Pacific Standard Time. Then anything that's collected during that week is paid on Friday, which is why you want to go and make sure that you set your direct deposit piece in your back office. Click the box and make sure you give them your information about your checkbook, because then it'll just be sent there every single Friday for what you did the week before. And it's pretty cool. Great way to get some money flowing in. And lots of people are earning quite a bit of money in their first Heart Start bonus times, because they get so excited about sharing the products with other people. So great stuff as we go. All right, so next bonus I'm going to talk to you about is our personal customer bonus. I love this bonus. We are the only company that offers this that we know of as a UNILEVEL structure that adds additional bonuses for asking our wellness partners, distributors, wellness partners are what you call it here, or what we call you here. But this is an area where we say, hey, wellness partners, if you'll go get more customers, we'll pay you more money. And we love this because we believe we're going to do really well with the holistic doctors and practitioners of the world, that maybe chiropractors and acupuncturists and, therapists and things like that. I think we're going to do really well in this area. And they don't necessarily want to build a team, but they might want to offer our products to people. And we want them to do that, right? Because, listen, the more volume we create in this, the better off we are. And that is a great lesson for every one of us who are networkers at heart, direct sellers. We want to go and build teams, and we want to be a team builder. We also need to go out and fill our customer requirements, or at least our opportunities with customers, because it's that important that we do that, right? And think about this for a second. Amare wants to make sure that you are able to get your full 20% of your customers even after 60 days. So remember, any customer or partner that you bring in, I told you get 20% for the first 60 days. After 60 days, you get 5% plus whatever personal customer bonus you qualify for. Well, okay, how do we qualify for a personal customer bonus? Well, look at this right here. If you have 500 to 999, so in other words, you have a few more customers, right? So I said, don't stay at the minimum. Go get a few more customers. And if you have volume in all of your customers, in your PV, yourself and your customer group, then you would receive an additional 5%. But if you had 1,000 to 1,499, you get an additional 10%. And if you had 1,500 or more, you get 15%. So now only with that 5 and that 15, you get 20 on every customer that you bring in. This is what you want to do. You want to make sure that you go out and you get customers right? More than just the very bare minimum. You'll want to receive that 20%. In fact, I think it would be a great goal of you and I to go and teach our organizations to, ladies and gentlemen, let's go get 15 customers over the course of our first, 60 days, introduce them to the products that we have, because it's going to give you a strategy of maximizing the compensation plan because you're filling it in with customer volume. And that's what you want to do each and every time. That's not a secret. Okay. And it probably isn't rocket science to any of you. But if you had an organization of people who cared about what we're doing here at Amare and our mission, and we filled that in with truly reaching out and making a difference in the lives of customers, not just wellness partners, not just an income perspective, but an ability for people to utilize our products, it would greatly enhance our reach. It would greatly enhance our size, and it will greatly enhance the income potential that this carries for each and every one of you. Let me share with you what I mean by that. Remember when I talked to you about the Me and Three? If you just did and taught the Me and Three throughout your organization, you'll see the totals there. And again, by way of disclaimer, none of this, we don't guarantee anything, and this is just for example purposes so you can get your mind around how these things grow with leverage, and then how important it is to put volume into these organizations. What if you were to teach, what if you did and taught, let me move myself here for just a second. Let me see if I can move me. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so what if you did and taught 500 PV within your 7 levels? Okay, so everybody in your group went and got 500. And again, I'm just showing you numbers that in fact, each one then did 500. I don't know how many are going to, how many are not going to, but you can see the dramatic effect that it has on your income, right? Do it again. And this is just the 7 levels of income, okay? As we go along, I'm going to share with you, let me see if I can move this. There we go. Let me share with you, what if you did 1,000? What if you taught 1,000 and people went out and got 10 customers and built a little 3 group of people who wanted to go and do the same and get their, their products for free? Think about that for a second. Now, all of a sudden, you're looking at that monthly commission at the very bottom right, and you're like, oh my goodness, because you're filling it in with volume. What if you taught that 1,500? What if you built an organization of people that went out and taught 15 customers apiece? We'd reach more people, obviously, but it creates more volume, which creates more income for you. This is dynamic. And again, this becomes a little crazy for people. I recognize it, but I show it to you because you're already made the decision to join us at Amare. And if a certain percentage of this, you can play with the numbers and figure it out for yourself. It's totally your call. But the idea is the more people you have with volume, the greater the expanse of your income can get, because of the way we structured the 7-level compensation structure. And so therefore, you are going to want, let me put myself back up here in a corner. All right, there we go. You are going to want to have those 15 customers in your arrow or quiver type of a thing that would allow you to go and share with others and tell them that they need to do the same thing. Okay, so I think that's a lot, but I think that was it, and hopefully that made a decent sense to you, and that would conclude our personal customer bonus sharing there. This is paid the 15th of the month for every previous month's calendar's volume. Okay. All right, let's go to the next one so I can have this with you. And we're almost, that was only, I think, is that the second one or the third one? These last 3 go pretty quick. The 7-level UNILEVEL structure, though, is really pretty simple. I sort of already explained it to you. Our first 60 days looks like this, and our second 60 days of those that we bring in are paid this way. And again, the biggest thing you have to remember, it's not our first 60 days. It's the 60 days of the people that we bring in, and they bring in, and they bring in. Everybody new pays out this way in their first 60 days, and then after they continue to order time and time and time again, and that's partners and customers alike. Okay, that's how that is paid. Here is our base bonus structure for 7 levels. We pay 5% on each level through 7. The big thing I wanted to point out on this eye chart is that as you go along, platinum is the rank that you get to that pays you all 7 levels, and that's what you really want to do. Is you can tell in the early stages, the wider you go, the deeper you get paid, okay? And that is not uncommon in our industry. And the other thing that I wanted to share with you is our titles. So you will notice our titles at the top of 1 heart, 2 heart, 3 heart, bronze, silver, gold, platinum leader, then our senior leader, executive leader, and servant leader, 4 heart servant leader, and 5 heart servant leader. All right, that's how we did that. Interestingly enough, we didn't go with a back flipping diamonds, type of a thing or anything, or Star Trek Commander or anything like that. Here's what we did. We thought long and hard about what we wanted to call our top people in our business, and we couldn't think of a better title than servant leader. I think it's perfect. I love it, because in order to make it to the top in these businesses, you had better have a servant's leader's heart, or you probably won't make it there. If it's all about fast cars and big homes and material things, now listen, please don't get me wrong. There's nothing wrong with big homes and fancy cars and material things, okay? As long as that's not what you're chasing. Because if you're chasing that, my 27 years of experience in this industry will tell me, and I'll share with you, that becomes very elusive. And maybe we learn that with age over the course of time, but we also learn it through experience, maybe our own, maybe watching other people. But I will tell you what will do the best for people in our business, and that is that if you buy into our mission, if you can find somewhere where you can connect yourself to the purpose of Amare Global, then our compensation plan will reward you tremendously in many more ways than just money. But the money aspect will be astounding. I believe that this is as big of a business and an opportunity as there is in the marketplace today, and maybe ever has been. I think it's that big. You talk about, and I don't want to get off on a rabbit trail, but this is a big space. The timing's right, the products are right, the group is right, the company's right, the reward structure is right. But we've got to do it from a servant leader's perspective and heart about what we're doing. How do we help and serve other people? And if we do that, then all of this other stuff comes into play. All right. So that's enough of my soapbox. But I also wanted to point one thing out, that the legs that are determined for your success, because you got to have some legs of success as we go along, these are all determined to get to your, well, let me read it. Legs are determined by your personally enrolled wellness partners. However, the rank titles you need to achieve your own rank advancements, probably should have put a comma in there, can come from anyone down each individual leg to unlimited depth. In other words, you start 6 legs, like 1 leg, 2 leg, 3 leg, 4, and then you need 6 successful things. Let's go 6 platinums. Well, those 6 platinums or whatever ranks you need don't have to be your personally enrolled. They can just come anywhere down those legs, unlimited in depth. And I will tell you, anybody that's had any experience in our industry, are jumping up and down excited, because this allows us to reach down, work in depth, deal with people that want to be dealt with, help them, be a servant leader to them, help them any way we possibly can, and we receive the benefits and rewards for doing so. And that is exciting to me. So that's how we are. Again, here's the picture or depiction of that, the picture depiction of that, which basically means that any of those titles that you need can happen, whether you personally sponsor them or whether they go down the legs, 1 level or 100 levels, doesn't matter. Okay, so that's how that works. That concludes our 7-level UNILEVEL structure, and our bonus is paid the 15th of the month for the previous calendar's month's personal volume. Okay, and how all of that works out is just basically taking a calendar month, we add it all up, we run the calculations, and then we pay it on the 15th of the following month. All right, so pretty simple there on that. Second to the last, our revenue sharing bonus pools. Now listen, this is really an exciting element, because one of the things that happens in a 7-level UNILEVEL is, one of the great things is we don't have any breakaway components, or you don't get this, or you don't get that, or you get penalized for somebody else's success. We do not do any of that. I repeat, we do not do any of that. It's a kiss of death. You need to run away from that. We do this in a way that says, listen, as you grow, we're going to reward your behavior and the behavior of your organizations, right? Because you're going to be able to get into what we call our revenue sharing bonus pools, which we take a certain percentage of the company's success or company volume, if you will, whatever the points are associated with all the products that we sell company-wide, and we put them in a pool. So 2% goes into our mentor pool. And we allow all of our mentors to play in that pool. A Silver Heart mentor gets a share. A Gold gets 3 shares. And a Platinum gets 5. So you'd want to walk your way up the ladder, right? Each share is targeted to be somewhere around $50 to $75. We're not exactly sure where that's going to play out, and that'll fluctuate, you know, depending on the success of the company and so forth. I don't really anticipating getting it too far out of those categories. And so you can sort of determine what it is to be a mentor and what it might mean for you. A couple extra $100 as you have your organization growing in the way of, or in the direction of going to an upper level, because the next revenue sharing pool is our leadership pool. This is a separate pool. So there's our mentor pool and then our leadership pool. And these 2% are 2 separate 2%ers, okay? So when you're in the mentor pool and you graduate to the leader pool, right, you no longer play in the mentor pool. We allow that for other mentors that are coming up. You get to graduate, get into the leader pool, and now our target share is between $300 and $500 every month per share. As a leader, you get 1, senior leader 3, executive 5. You can see it on the screen. Servant leader gets 7, 4 heart gets 9, and 5 heart gets 11. And you get an additional share for each personally enrolled silver mentor that you get. So that'd be pretty good if you get a silver mentor during that time. That's an extra $300 to $500 bonus just for having and developing and enrolling a silver heart mentor, which encourages you to bring people in and help them get going. I mean, it's really just helping one another and then sharing in the overall success of the company. I love these. I think this is going to be absolutely awesome and dynamic. And it answers the question for so many people that say, well, as my 7 levels grow and it grows outside of 7 levels because somebody else gets somebody else, how do I benefit from that? You benefit by playing in the revenue pools, not only based on your own organization, but the overall success of the company, which is very, very exciting. So let me share with you our third pool. So we have a 2% pool, a 2% pool, and then a 3% pool. And our 3% pool here is for our servant leaders and above. Our servant leaders, 4 heart servant leaders, 5 heart servant leaders, and these are really dynamic, exciting, and attractive. So you're going to want to run for these, okay? The targeted share in the servant leader pool, we basically take these 3% and divide them into 3 1% pools, okay? So the servant leader target is like $1,000 per share, and you get 3 of them. Right, when you get there. A 4 heart is targeted at 3,000. And again, these are a bit of educated guesses, but this sort of gives you an understanding of where we are. The 5 heart servant leader, or at least where we're starting, the 5 heart servant leader is at 6,000 target share, and that's, you get 3 of those. So again, this is all subject to the flow of how big we become and how successful we become. And because we're so early, these are educated guesses. And so everybody just has to recognize that. Once we have a full year or 2 under our belt, we will be able to come back and say, hey, this is what they are. This is actually what they are. This is what the actual average of people that make when they get there. And I'm excited about that because I think we're going to have a nice opportunity there to be able to share some and show some real strength. That is our revenue sharing bonus pool, something you want to go for, something you want to run towards and benefit from, and we're excited about them. They are paid the 15th of the month for the calendar month. So you will see that in our payment structures, we pay a lot on the 15th for the previous month. That's where the biggest checks are going to be. But in the early stages of that Heart Start bonus, we get it out weekly. And that can be really dynamic and exciting, especially for those people that come in and start growing. So it's a very unique combination of getting paid weekly, monthly, right? And keeps everybody's attention, and it's a lot of fun. Last but not least, I'm going to walk you through what we call our Go Forward Infinity bonuses. Now, these are something of higher nature, where those of you who really want to get to the very top of our business are going to be rewarded for this. I talked about one of the most important elements is to make sure that you reward leadership, and there is no way you can get to the top of our business without being a great servant leader throughout the process. But our Go Forward Infinity bonuses are very unique, and they don't penalize people for actually encouraging and engaging and growing successful organizations. It actually starts when you become a servant leader is when we start to give this bonus. So once you become a servant leader, and then you start to bring new people in, the company is going to attach a 1% go forward infinity. In other words, it goes forward to all the people that you sponsor after you become, not before, but after you become a servant leader. And so become a servant leader and then keep working. Now, will you still get paid on everything else? Yes, this is in addition. This is like an equity bonus of sorts that says, hey, congratulations, you've made it. Now we're going to start to give you some rewards that were only reserved for the very top of the top, if in fact you will go and continue to help us spread the word about Amare and help us maybe go into additional countries, maybe open additional markets. And if you think about this, it not only is a 1%, but it's a 2%, it's a potential 3% added bonus on top of the way that we already talked about getting paid. And this is an area that not everybody's going to understand, and quite honestly, won't apply to virtually everybody in this. There will only be a certain number of people, more than likely, that will do what it takes to be one of these top leaders. But if you do, here's the beauty. If you do, and it's equal available to everybody. It's not about talent, ability, or education. It's about persistence and commitment and how bad do you want it. If you build yourself up to the top, these bonuses will be there for you, and then we'll be able to hold hands together and expand into other countries and into other markets together with a real benefit, an added benefit of a global override on what it is that you get started for Amare. And it is incredibly dynamic and powerful. I've seen it work firsthand just tremendously. I cannot wait for you to really get more information about our Go Forward Infinity bonuses. If you have any questions, let me know. I certainly will help you understand it. But that is the overall compensation structure of Amare Global. That Go Forward bonus is paid on the 15th of the month for the previous month, as those other bonuses were as well. Listen, all of this can be found in our compensation booklet. I hope I didn't take up too much of your time, although I probably did. You'll be able to see it. And again, this is one of those things where repetition is the mother of all skill. You do it again, you do it again, you do it again. And over the course of time, you just start to learn it a little bit more. And the great part about it is HIP and Rich have decided to pay you even if you don't know why. And that's an exciting element, because a lot of times when you learn the compensation is when you start to get paid something you don't know why. And then you look back and say, oh, that's how that works. And then it sort of comes into focus. And don't worry about it, all right? This is going to be a lot of fun as we go. We get a chance to make a difference in the lives of a lot of people. We have, in fact, checked off all the boxes. When you take a look at this, it is absolutely incredible. The more you look, the more you're going to like. And there is enough out there for all of us, because this is one big marketplace. Cannot wait for you to participate. Hope this helped in some way, shape, or form. Let's go get it done. All right, let's go make a difference in the lives of other people. And thank you very much for taking the time to be here. Pat Hintz signing out. Have a great day, everybody. And let's go talk to somebody new about Amare Global and the difference we might be able to make in their lives and others. Thanks. Bye.